He has to hold himself back.
If you're gonna do it, make sure it's loud.
There you go. It says live. We're live.
Hello, everybody. I should probably link this.
Yippee!
Hello. Well, I'm the judge today, and well, I think if you don't understand this matchup, it's basically Captain Hook versus a crocodile. That's the matchup. It's very cool.
Well, that's not just it, but like, yeah.
I mean, that's what makes it cool, in my opinion. Now, let's start up with the captain. Who is this Captain James Hook? Oh, hold on. Fennec says he can't hear you. Oh my, yeah.
La 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 la.
I can't hear you either.
No, you should be able to hear me now. La 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 la. La la.
Fennec.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear him?
I'm
Saul's
not,
muted.
I'm not muted. I'm not muted. You should be
He's
able to
not
hear me
muted.
now. You should be able
Oh,
to.
oh.
Yep.
Oh, I think I hear you. Chat, I can't. I think I can hear him. Can you guys
I can
hear him?
perfectly fine. What's going on?
Okay, there.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right, who is Captain Hook?
Okay, so Captain Hook has a surprisingly tragic backstory. Basically, he was a miserable child who was taught in the ways of piracy by his Mama Hook. Although he was a really bad pirate. He went to England and got an education. But yeah, but then he decided that he wanted to basically he just wanted to be a pirate. Some things happened and he ended up just off the shores of Netherland when he was rescued by Captain Mr. Smee. Yeah, Smee was kind of the captain of his own thing at the time. Anyway, after he met Smee, he became the possession of the Jolly Roger, which he would become the captain of. With his new crew, he would plunder and pillage the sea. He would then cross paths with one Peter Pan, who, as a prank, cut off Hook's hand and fed it to a crocodile. As a prank, mind you.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah. So then, replacing it with an iron hook and going by the name of Captain Hook, he swore to never leave Neverland until Peter Pan was dead.
I agree with him.
Okay. Honestly, reasonable crash out.
Wait, is Peter Pan the villain?
He's always been a villain.
He does kidnap people. Alrighty, moving on from Mr. Hook. Who is this crocodile man?
Man in King K. Rool.
Okay, so we know I don't like lengthy introductions. So basically, King K. Rool, basically, he's a crocodile. He wants to steal the bananas from DK and his crew.
Is there a tragic backstory to him, like Hook?
To my knowledge, no.
So
He's
he's
just a
just a
hater.
bitch. He's a hater.
Yeah, like he was like, man, I really want those bananas. They beat him up, and he's like, I hate those Kongs. I will kidnap Diddy 1,000 times before I let this crew die.
So he's an obsessive hater for like no reason.
Yeah, basically.
So Hook has actual reason to hate Peter Pan, but
King K.
Rool
Rool is
just
like entirely his own thing.
fuck you, bitch. Like that's just what he is.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, now that we got the who these two silly men are, let's start with what can this Captain Hook man do?
You want his like abilities and stuff?
Sure. His arsenal, his abilities.
Actually, can you let Jerm go for a minute because I got a text.
Sure.
Okay,
Jerem,
yeah,
what can Mr. Rool do?
Okay, well, he has a lot of. Surprisingly, he has a bunch of tech. Like he has a gun, like a chopper. He has explosives,
A chopper?
TNT barrels. Not like a chopper, but like a It's like he puts it on his back and it allows him to like fly.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have a helicopter. He has like a little propeller thing. He can fly.
Yeah, he's got a propeller thing. Yeah, he's got like mind swap helmets. He's got love potions.
What the fuck?
He has a thing called the Spyro Warp, which like teleports him and others to alternate dimensions.
What?
Yeah, like the gun as well. It can like freeze people, slow them down, like that sort of stuff. He's got
I
like
don't think that's
boxing
impressive
gloves.
as the mind swap and dimensional traveling. What the hell?
But yeah, he's got like he can slow you down with his gun, stuff like that. He's got his like barrel items, which is just sort of like it can make him invincible, make them invincible, unlimited wild moves, that sort of stuff. Can create like small tornadoes, summon vultures.
Oh my god.
Um,
And what about his actual ship?
oh, his actual ship. I can go to that real quick.
Yeah, like what's
Let
that
me
like?
just- Okay, so his actual ship is it is just normal.
Oh.
It's just a normal ship. He does have he has one that he does have like a few other ships that like aren't his main one, but like one can fly, the other one is like a submarine.
Does he have access to all these like all the time?
I wouldn't say all the time, but for the purposes of the debate, he would have them.
Okay. That's a pretty good arsenal. Does he have
In
like
terms of like, he does have a few other things. Like he has a magic barrel that he can seal people in. He has,
oh my god. Like the fucking
he
Dragon
has-
Ball thing?
Yeah, you know his giant laser from his Final Smash.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that like blows up the entire island. Yeah, he has that.
Oh yeah.
He has giant bananas that he can grow big with, and then the crystal coconut. Ahem. Want me to just quote real quick?
Sure.
It is an omnipotent item that can grant wishes, heal wounds, and is a good power supply, and can see into the future.
What the fuck?
Its wishes include stopping time, turning Diddy invisible, creating astral projections / holograms so the user can travel around the world, that sort of stuff.
And is there a limit to this?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Like it's not like you. It's like a monkey's paw thing where it's like, okay, you want to stop time? Well, you're stop time forever, bitch. Is it like that?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay, so he has an infinite wish coconut.
Yeah, and that's not even going into like his powers, to my knowledge.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
That's not even going to his powers.
We'll stop you there for now because that was
Yeah.
crazy. Saul, you ready?
Yeah, okay.
What does Mr. Hook have in terms of arsenal?
Okay. I think we'll just get the basic stuff out of the way. So he has a pistol, his sword, a bunch of bombs that he loves to spam.
His pipe bomb.
Yeah, his pipe bombs, his spy glasses. He has poison that he can put on his hook. Obviously, his hook hand itself, which he can switch around with other things, such as like nets and cleaning, dusting equipment.
Also, cigar, I think.
His sword can reflect magic.
Oh!
So if an attack is coming its way, and it's like magic, so it doesn't have to be like physical, he can like counter attack and block someone with it, right?
Okay. Interesting.
It's
It reminds me of the Scotsman's sword from Samurai Jack.
yeah. I guess I'll just kind of go into more of his abilities and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I have to ask, before I bring this up, does King K. Rool have any obvious weaknesses? Or any weaknesses?
He's an idiot.
Here, let me look. Sorry, I have it like pulled up, but I don't have it like off the top of my head.
If I were to give it, I think like he's a big target for one thing.
Okay.
I'm not too mean to Wizard King K. Rool, but he's fat. He's also not very smart.
So yeah, it's sort of like he's straightforward. He doesn't like apply his abilities in like super creative ways. He's very arrogant, and so like he underestimates his opponents.
Oh, that's interesting. Basically, Hook has the ability. He's amplified with a thing called Stellar Magic. I'll get more into what Stellar Magic is when we go into stats. But it allows Hook to perceive the tiniest weaknesses in others. So basically, just by looking at someone, he can perceive a weakness in them. So he basically just gets he basically just gets a read on you of like all your flaws. Damn,
this dude really likes bananas.
He has I'll talk about his ship for a minute. So his main thing is the Jolly Roger, which is his flying ship. It's able to travel between like universes and worlds, and can move at a speed of I think that's 6 million C, so much faster than light.
And it can fly.
Yeah, it can fly and travel across dimensions.
Now, is there like a limit to this flying? Because if I remember correctly, it used fairy magic, and like that was like actual dust.
Not in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, so he can just do it in Kingdom Hearts.
He can just do it in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, it doesn't require fairy magic, but he does have some on him if needed.
Okay.
He is he can summon Heartless from Kingdom Hearts, which are beings that can only be killed by things that negate regeneration, like Keyblades. And they passively remove hearts, which is like the conceptual existence of people in Kingdom Hearts. And I do mean passively.
Huh?
So basically...
Wait, I'm sorry, repeat?
So, Heartless in Kingdom Hearts, right? They're the little monsters you fight, right?
Yeah.
Passively, by just being around them, they remove the heart from you, right? And hearts within Kingdom Hearts are the conceptual thing. Like your conceptual being.
Okay.
When Xehanort shatters Kairi's heart in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's described that she's shattered into conceptual pieces. And this is passive. He has 3 different types of Heartless. He has like sand ones with like swords, winged ones that can fly, and ship ones which can fire cannons. I'll get into this one later because it's a pretty interesting... There's a couple other things he can do with... there's a couple other things I need to talk about here. He can... So basically, a lot of his attacks can apply a status effect called Marked. And this is his basic attack, so like his sword swings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And being marked is very bad. If you are marked, Hook gains a defensive buff. And can heal block you, which basically prevents you from regenerating.
Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm. There is... So I know you talked about this before the cast, but we talked about crew, right?
Yeah.
And I'm fine giving the crew if you want. But Hook actually has an ability that helps him here. There's something called Overboard. Basically, if he's targeted by 2 or more enemies, his basic attacks and special abilities can knock back targets and stun them.
Cool. I mostly say about the crew because like I feel like they're not super special in terms of like talking about them really, unless you have like something crazy both of you do.
There's also his special abilities. So he has something called Duelist's Edge, which does major damage to those who are marked. And upon defeating an enemy, so if Hook defeats anybody in the crew, he will gain a damage buff until the end of the fight. So as he's slaughtering King K. Rool's crew, he's only becoming more powerful.
Okay.
Not only that, he can, his basic attacks, so like his normal sword swings, have a chance to purge buffs from enemies. So say like if King K. Rool was able to buff his stats, he could just get rid of any stat buffs.
Okay.
There's something else about marked as well. Oh yeah, marked.
Well,
one last thing
okay.
about the marked things, because this is the last I mentioned about the marked status. Enemies who are marked get physically weakened.
Okay. That was a huge thing for Hook, and that was a lot to process for chat, for me, for everybody. Let's move back to Rool for a little bit. Jeremy, I believe you said you had some more stuff to talk about, like abilities-wise, or did you want to move on to stats? It's up to you.
I can talk about his abilities real quick. There's not a whole lot. So he can create shockwaves on the ground by like jumping. He has
because he's so fat.
Yeah, for real. He has teleportation and invisibility. You know, it's what they say. Electrokinesis. He can like shoot lightning bolts from his finger. He's literally Saul.
What the heck? Palpatine out this? What the hell?
He has his belly counter, which you know, he sticks out his stomach and then it like counters moves.
Oh yeah.
Like on par with his own like strength. If they're like too much for him, then it passes through it. His telekinesis.
Oh.
He just has telekinesis.
And all
he can like
does.
he can like charge at someone. Like he can like curl up and he's like Sonic. He can like curl up and like shoot himself forward.
Oh my god.
And then he has sealing with his spells.
So he has two forms of sealing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna quote. With his spells, K. Rool can seal his victims with his dark magic into barriers and crystals.
Dark magic? What?
I know, right? He also has
dark magic.
He has summoning, but it's not that combat applicable. He has like non-physical interactions. You know, he can like mess with ghosts.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
He resists like cold temperatures, time stops, that sort of stuff. He has his super form where he just becomes like a kaiju. He can create storms, breath bombs, summon meteors, breathe fire, that sort of stuff.
What the shit?
And then he also has another like kaiju form, but that's basically useless. And also one last thing, he can also when he dies, he should be able to turn to a spirit that can like possess people.
Cool.
What the hell? Okay. Let's move on to stats. Since we already on.
Since
Hook.
Jim got a second segment on abilities, can I run through some of the last stuff I need to talk about?
Oh yeah, totally.
Thanks. So about the spirit thing. Hook can actually interact with spirits perfectly fine. Because Heartless don't have physical bodies and nobodies don't technically exist in Kingdom Hearts. So there's that. He has certain abilities where... So he has an ability called Cold Steel, where he activates a duel and he becomes invulnerable to all damage. And he will dodge and counter every attack thrown at him, and then deal damage to nearby enemies as he counterattacks, which is just really cool just to visualize.
Does this have like a limit?
It's only for like a few seconds, right? Because it comes from like an RPG. He has the ability to swipe at the closest enemies and drain them of their energy for 13 seconds. He can... study enemy. So basically, he pulls out a map and learns all that he can about an enemy. And then if he damages a studied enemy, he heals. And then he has one last ability, which basically any enemies who are zapped take less, like, basically they deal less damage and they lose, like, armor as well.
Okay. Was that everything for
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Hook? Okay. Let's move on to stats now. Since Hook just went, let's start with Rool. What are his stats like?
Okay, so do you want me to get straight into Mario scaling, or do you want me to give him list some feats that he has?
Well, we just got the insane speed feat for Hook, so I think let's get to the higher stuff.
Got it. Let me get over to scaling. Okay, so basically he should scale to, like, Donkey Kong characters, Mario characters. So with that, he gets, like, Millennium Stars, can travel from the center of the universe to the Mushroom Kingdom, that sort of stuff. Can, like, create black holes that destroy the universe. Basically, I'm trying to remember, like, the specifics.
Is like universal in terms of power.
Yeah, like uni through multi, because he scales to Bowser.
But what about speed? What kind of speed does he have? Because we got a good calc on the speed for Hook. So, like, do you have anything like that?
So he can scale to, like, Millennium Stars that can, like, travel from the center of the universe to the Mushroom Kingdom, which is 880 quadrillion C. I think that's probably the highest speed feat.
Okay.
That's, like, here. And then technically, it's like, isn't there, like, arguments for immeasurable Mario?
Is there?
From what I know, they're not very good.
That sounds stupid, but okay. I mean, I'm down to ball with it, but you gotta argue good for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to argue for it. I'm just, like, mentioning it.
Okay, is that the cap on stats for Mr. Rool?
Yeah, basically, stats is sort of like uni through multi.
Scales to Mario stuff, right?
Scales to Mario, yeah.
Okay. Then what about for Hook?
I'm really excited to talk about Hook stats, so let's get the boring part out of the way and go into, like, speed stuff. If you just want to I'll just put a number on it, right?
Yeah.
So I've already talked about the Hook's ship feat, right?
Yeah,
Well,
and is that just for ship, or does he also scale?
He also scales to that because he fought Peter Pan, who not only, obviously, he steers said ship and has to react, but also flies with the fairy dust, which is what, in that canon, is used to make Hook's ship fly. Yeah. Even then, he's able to scale to people like Jafar and Hades because of the crossovers with Mirrorverse. I'll get into Mirrorverse in a bit. And Jafar was able to tag the magic carpet, which could fly from Agrabah to the Shadow Realm, which is 23 trillion C. And Hades can scale to casual demigods, who can turn people into constellations, which is 3.07 billion C. But the highest speed feats obviously come from Kingdom Hearts. Aqua was able to traverse I think it's the Realm of Darkness. I might be getting the name wrong. But basically she travelled in infinite space, which would be infinite speed.
So infinite speed, Hook.
Yeah. Yeah. In turn...
I don't know about that.
Well, that's how it works, yeah. If you travel an infinite realm, you have to be infinite speed to get to the end of it.
Yeah, that is how that works.
That is just how infinite speed works.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about... so basically, there's this game called Mirrorverse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mirrorverse is... so I talked about Stellar Magic, right? And basically... Stellar Magic is what holds the universe together in the Mirrorverse. There are two main people who use Stellar Magic, Mickey and Jafar, but Hook should be able to scale to them because he fights them and alongside them, right? Mickey was able to conjure a universe in his cape.
Okay.
And basically,
I love mobile spin-offs.
but basically, the Mirrorverse is a fractured, distorted version of the main Disney and Pixar universes that exist in between dimensions. So it has multiple universes, and all of those universes would collapse if Stellar Magic, got destroyed.
Okay. So multi.
Yeah.
So it seems like in terms of raw power, there's multi to universal levels in both Rule and Hook.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me. Is there any more arguments in terms of stats for Hook?
And there's other stuff I can.
Anything that goes higher or lower? I mean, I may have misheard it, but it sounded like in terms of like capping speed, it sounds like Rule is faster due to Mario scaling. It looks like the
6 million C is faster than.
I can say it again.
Yeah.
880 quadrillion.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't quadrillion bigger than million? Pretty sure it is, isn't it? Or am I wrong about that? I could be wrong. But even then, there's like an infinite.
But like the infinite speed arguments, anyway.
Yeah. So does Rule have any counter to like the infinite speed?
I know that there's arguments for like Infinite Mario. I don't have them on me though.
Well, okay, but like let's just say like Hook has an infinite speed argument where he could theoretically get that high, and does Rule have any possible way to get like past the speed difference? And in terms of like abilities, it sounds like the Heartless can really hurt him too. Also,
he could potentially use like telekinesis to hold him in place.
I mean, it sounds like
Or
he's
go-
too fast even like for Rule to even touch him.
There's also like invisibility and teleportation, which
Now
like,
the invisibility, yes, that could like Hook wouldn't be able to see him, but couldn't like the Heartless still hurt him even if I can't see him?
Yeah, because it is just passive.
So does he have any way past like the Heartless at all? Because it sounds like those are like his main big thing holding him back.
I wish you gone.
Yeah, but also isn't you mentioned that King K. Rool is a pretty straightforward fighter. His heart would
Yeah.
likely get removed before he comes up with the plan to wish them. Honestly, his first instinct is probably going to be, my name King K. Rool, I'm going to crush those Heartless. And then he tries to kill them and they just regenerate and his heart gets removed.
But the Crystal Coconut is a good way to get past a lot of Hook stuff. Especially the
Okay.
Heartless.
The heart getting removed, is that just like your conceptual being is now destroyed?
That is your conceptual being, yeah.
And is there any recovery from it?
Like, yeah,
Are you just
but not
dead?
like there is recovery, but it's very Kingdom Heartsy context.
'Cause,
Okay,
like,
so-
isn't it like when you
What do they do to repair themselves? How do you fix yourself from being hearted? I don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, so I don't.
Also, yeah, sorry, I don't know much about Kingdom Hearts, but whenever your heart gets removed, don't you turn into like a nobody or something?
You can, yeah.
Oh, so you're still like could you still like be you?
No,
Or,
no, you are a completely like different person. It
So
wouldn't
it would
be
be
King K.
considered
Rool
a
in the. He wouldn't be King K. Rool in the fight. He would be like he could technically become a Heartless. He could technically be made into a servant of Hook.
Would
Okay.
technically his heart and his spirit be the same?
I mean,
Oh, okay. Now we're getting into some crazy. We're getting into some like weird stuff here.
yeah.
Like it sounds like to me, and I could be wrong here. It sounds like the heart like destroys the physical body, but I think maybe Will's spirit would still be alive. But even then, Hook could still hurt like spirits due to the Heartless being.
Well, yeah,
like,
but also he could just like possess.
But also,
something.
I
Yeah.
think you remember Rule can also hurt those kind of beings too. So I don't know. It's getting like really, really complicated. The higher stuff. What I think is like the big thing here. I think there is a way for Rule to get past the Heartless. Definitely. like from what you're saying. I think the big problem for Rool in this is just the big speed difference.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
the big issue he needs to get past.
His
Because if I'm being honest, a lot of Hook's arsenal is just like it's not comparable to Rool's. I think Rool's is just overall better. Besides like the pipe bombs, those are like really funny.
Here's your pipe
But
bomb.
Yeah. Besides that, it sounds like Rool does have an edge in terms of like arsenal.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I do need to talk about though, because I was waiting for a good segue.
Okay, here's your segue. Talk about it.
Thank you.
There you go.
So basically, I was kind of waiting until maybe I'd be like, oh, can I talk about farms for a minute? But there's something known as the Dark One. The Dark One is from Once Upon Once Upon a Time.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. So the Dark One basically controls all of magic across the land. But the main thing that I want to say here is Hook can magically penetrate someone's chest, remove their heart without killing them, and then control their body. And also...
And I assume by heart, it's different to the...
Yeah, it's not Kingdom Hearts' heart.
It's his actual heart.
It's his actual heart, yeah. And also,
Is it like... Okay, I'm sorry. Does it like bypass durability,
Yeah.
armor, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it just magically penetrates. He just reaches in and pulls it out, right? And also, he can also nullify someone's like capacity to hurt you, making their powers useless.
Elaborate?
He can nullify powers, basically.
But like, how?
I wish I had context here.
So from what it sounds like he hits you and then like your magical power is like stopped for a little bit.
To be fair, I didn't have the time to look into Once Upon a Time. I did manage.
I mean, who wouldn't want to watch that shit?
I did manage to look into Jake and the Neverland Pirates. I found nothing.
No.
I only found like Hook having multiple hooks, but it had nothing. Anyway, another thing that's important here is, he can also remove souls from people's bodies, and like
What does he do with them?
he can just kind of just like crush them. And,
So he can destroy souls.
Yeah, and also he has magic beans and Kraken's blood, which lets him open portals to other dimensions. And basically, as the Dark One, anytime that Hook is killed, he will be revived at the Vault of the Dark One.
What about if his soul's destroyed?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of a thing of if he hasn't passed on the title of the Dark One, he will be revived at the vault. And basically, someone has to open the door to the vault. But considering his ship can go so quickly, and also he has a crew, he just gets a crew. One of the crew members just opens it for him.
Mr. Mixel Spitalick.
And there's also Excalibur. Yes. Excalibur.
What?
So basically, Excalibur is just a very powerful sword. And this is so stupid. But basically, it was stated by Rumpelstiltskin that Excalibur cannot be a target of enemy magical abilities of any kind.
Scarlet Witch tries to destroy the Excalibur and fails. I don't think it's like an in no limits argument for that thing. I think like higher beings could definitely destroy that. Definitely. And I think even then the Crystal Coconut could probably fucking eat its ass, to be honest. But most of K-Rool's stuff probably wouldn't work. The dark magic stuff. That probably wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But does Hook have access to this?
Has access to what?
I would say...
The Excalibur.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just making sure.
You wouldn't mention it if you didn't.
Well, I don't know if it's like, oh, well, yeah, Rumpelstiltskin has it, but, you know, he let
Wait,
Hook
no, Hook has... I mean, it's gone through, like, multiple owners, right?
Okay, so we're just giving him it.
But it's comp, isn't it? So, but he has been an owner.
I will say, he can't. I assume he can't like revive if he's sealed.
He's
Well,
not
no, he wouldn't be dead.
He's not
He wouldn't
technically
be dead.
dead, so I guess not.
Yeah, BFR wouldn't work because you said like he can open up portals.
Mm-hmm. And his ship can travel across fucking worlds. You know.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Germ, I think rules. I think even then, a lot of Hook stuff just I don't think compares to Rules Arsenal. Especially like you said, well, he could destroy Soul. Well, he already could have done that, but I don't know. A lot of it doesn't seem like super good. But I think like the big problem is still speed. I think that's just the big issue for Rule. Like, is there any way he could possibly ever like fix that? Is there anything he could do to like not fucking die instantly due to the speed difference?
He could technically go into the sky.
Yeah, but his ship can fly.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
Well, to be fair, it's just him flying, right? So like it's a harder target to hit. It's like fucking hit him with the cannons.
What if he just mind swaps Hook with a?
Wait, yeah, he has a mind swap helmet, right?
Yeah.
Forgot if he had that.
That's not gonna hit, but it's funny to think about.
Well, also Hook's sword can like reflect
it.
Magic.
Yeah.
So he'd make Rule possess Rule, or like some shit.
The love potion will collect. Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. Okay, wait, hold on.
on.
Since you asked earlier, Saul, I think it's only fair to ask this: does Hook have any weaknesses?
This is the issue with using a comp character, right?
Because like it's not like, super hard to say what
it's kind of hard to be like, yes, this is a weakness, because then it gets contradicted in other media, right?
I think like, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I think Hook is genuinely as arrogant as Rule. He's like that's what.
I wouldn't say as arrogant, because he is genuinely has shown very smart moments of strategic planning.
He's not very skilled.
Oh,
really.
He is. Yeah, no.
He has compared to Pan.
No, he has in certain media. He has not only fought and beaten Peter Pan, he has fought and beaten Don Carnage from Tailspins.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because if I remember in the original movie, he like the reason why he kept getting beaten is because Peter Pan.
He's also matched Mickey Mouse in combat. In Epic Mickey, because he's in Epic Mickey
as a robot.
Yeah, but it is him.
I turned myself into a robot, Shree. I don't know why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
He just, yeah. I think the crystal coconut kind of. All right, go away. What was like the fucking thing like that revives him? Go away, darkness. I wish you away.
I think. So that was a interesting question. Would Hook be scared of King K. Rool? Actually, no.
Oh.
Funny enough, no. Well, not to the effect. Even though so he's not scared of like crocodiles. He's scared of TikTok.
Hit or miss.
Because of what TikTok, did to him. But in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, he fights Ventus on, I shit you not, a tiny rock surrounded by water with TikTok in it, and he's fine. And in one of the mobile games, I think it's Mirrorverse, his design, he's literally wearing a crocodile around him. Like, he is not scared of a general crocodile.
But he is scared of TikTok.
Yeah.
For sure. I think it's just like, no, he got over it. No, he's scared of fucking TikTok. Let's be clear.
Yeah, he's scared of TikTok, but not like, you can't be like, actually.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll be like, oh my god, is this a fucking bipedal crocodile?
I also wanted to bring up one other argument that will change things.
What?
Captain Hook has many crossovers. Do you want to know what my favourite one is?
What?
Captain Hook is in Fortnite.
Oh, yeah.
But is he actually, or is it like a skin?
even if he's a skip pin, do you not?
Not like a costume,
Yeah.
not like a full-on him.
No, it's him. Like a collaboration with Disney.
Okay. I'll let you cook.
Okay, so he gets access to the entire Fortnite arsenal, which includes being able to hurt people who can survive the Fortnite Big Bang, which is like a multiversal level event, right?
So more multi-argument.
Well, no, like multi-gear, but this is like multi-rifles, multi-pistols. He has access to things like multiple healing items, shadow grenades that let him teleport around, airstrikes, turrets, reverse storm, so he can create a storm on somebody, EMPs to hack stuff. He has ways to teleport. Like, the amount of gear that Fortnite just gets you is just crazy.
I will say. So apparently in the racing game that King K. Rool is in, the crystal coconut is an item that he has and he can just like use, right? And it doesn't like give him all the wishing stuff properly. But you want to know what it does guarantee? Invincibility. Just invincible, like no time limit to my
But
knowledge.
doesn't Hook have a
just
thing that like
invincibility.
destroys magic? Like he negate magic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he could genuinely stop the coconut from doing its thing because like that feels way too higher tier.
Also, if we're talking
like...
about no limits fallacies before...
Okay, let's calm down about that, Saul. You gave a Hook a... okay, let's calm down.
No, but
about
Jim
that.
is literally trying to argue that he's immortal forever. You can't play one-sided bias, Pin.
You
for
gave
this
Hook a
cast.
lot of...
Pin,
no
you've just been
limit
against me this entire cast.
Okay, but I'm not against you.
You
I'm not
are.
against you. I'm not against
Well, then
anything.
call,
You know what?
call Jim out for trying to use a no limits fallacy then. As soon as I bring it up,
I'll
you shut me
call
down.
Jerem out on this.
You've just knocked me
Jerem.
down this entire cast. God damn.
Jerem, I'll give you that. I'm gonna challenge you on this. I don't think the coconut it could do everything. It sounds like to me he has a limit to what he can use because he would have used it a lot more inside the show if he could. Especially because like he had it, and then he just didn't use it.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that it can do like anything, but I'm like wishes are like wishes, and I gave examples of what it can do.
Okay, what are your arguments then?
Like overall,
Mm-hmm.
like for the coconut or like in general.
Just in general.
I think that King K. Rool with his like invisibility, teleportation, like turning into a ghost, non-physical interaction. I think that it would be hard for Hook to land like also his like belly counter. I think it would be hard for Hook to land like us, right? I think it would land blows, but not enough to like properly kill him. And I think with his wider variety of arsenal like abilities, he would be able to have like the environmental advantage with stuff like his meteors, and Hook would just not be able to keep up.
Okay. Saul, what are Hook's arguments?
Well, I think Hook generally just has better like stat arguments. I don't even remember, Jim, did he even give an example of why Mario scaling gets to like multi, or did he just go, Mario scaling?
Jerem?
No comment.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Jim didn't give a multi argument, so let's just say that for simplicity's sake, that without, because unless you're given heavy benefit of the doubt to Jim, Captain Hook should be way stronger and infinitely faster. Basically, how I see this is that King K Rool's win cons rely on him being smart. Guys, welcome back to my video. Today I'm going to use the wishing magic to wish for immortality and then wish Hook away, when King K. Rool is just going to try and throw hands, which isn't going to work for multiple reasons. Basic Fortnite weapons, crazy to say, would one-shot good old King K. Rool. The Heartless, even if King K. Rool becomes invisible, is just gonna remove the hearts from him, and he cannot kill them because King K. Rool can't put down things that regenerate. There are plenty of ways that Captain Hook can end the fight, either by removing King K. Rool's heart through the Heartless, or removing his real heart power nullifying him, and just so much more.
Okay. I think we're almost. How much time we've done so far? We're gonna wrap it up a bit earlier because Saul's sick and we're pretty tired. So we're not gonna go too long. It sounds like we got pretty much everything we needed out of the way. Those were good closing arguments for both of you.
I'll set up
And
the poll.
Yeah. For my vote, I think while the Crystal Coconut could take care of a lot of Hook stuff, I think the big problem for Rool is definitely the speed. I think Hook his infinite speed just kind of stops Rool from doing any of his counters that he could possibly do. And also, I think the ship is just way. The Jolly Roger's just better than Rool's ship in a lot of ways. And overall, I do think that you probably could have went a little bit better into the Smash Bros stuff, Germ, but I don't think you had time to do that.
Smash only
So
gets
overall,
to Uni anyway.
yeah. Overall, I am going to give this win to Captain Hook. Personally, unless the chat says something different.
They are not.
Okay. And Germ is muted. I don't know if he's still here or not. Germ, you have lost.
Well, I haven't ended the poll yet.
Oh yeah, you don't. There could be a second sweep. There could be. Hey, wait. There are 4 people who are not voting. Who are these 4 people?
I don't know. No.
But yeah. Anyway, I like this matchup a lot. It seems very, very fun. I think you kind of have to composite both of them because I don't feel like it's very fair to Hook just say, yeah, you just get the movies.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem very fair at all. I mean, he gets a pipe bomb in the fairy magic, so he actually gets what am I talking about? He gets stuff. But like, I'm sure there's like Arsenal, he gets like a fucking sword and a bomb.
Yeah.
Well, Rool gets invisibility, telekinesis, a ceiling, the crystal coke. Like, he gets so much. It's crazy. I didn't even know he had some of this stuff, like the mind swap helmet. But I think you made a good argument with the what was it? The sword that could block magic. Because it had to be like a Germ has left. I believe you have beat him so bad he has left. Good job, Saul.
He had to go.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Germ had to go, but he has lost, so who cares what he says? Alrighty. This was a good cast today, guys. Apologies for us being tired and sick. I'm sorry if it didn't sound the best.
Yeah, Christmas has just been busy.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, we just wanted to get this out of the way. What was the Tournament of Champions matchup that won again? Oh, Vecna Doom.
Yeah.
That will be done next year. We probably should have done it this year, but we're not going to do that. It's going to be a lot of work for me and Saul. Thank you guys again for showing up. Saul, do you have anything else to say?
Captain Hook sweep.
Yeah, this matchup's cool. Awesome. Thank you guys for showing up, and have a great rest of your day.